nigga high as a motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, young dog. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era baby, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in a scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted the back in the day, the rock had a violent free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Eyes closed and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, young dog. I bring it to you rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they not in all. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga, young dog. Nigga, they say I am the most racist motherfucker on the internet. It made me smile sometimes. It make me smile sometimes because, again, and I'm going to explain something to you motherfuckers real clear. I'm going to try my best. I've shown it to you, but I'm going to be real clear. This motherfucker that regular to me. Man, you know why they say, and what, honestly, I got to order me some beer. What time is it? It's, damn. Because I might go to about 6 in the morning. I've been looking at Ock Nation. I like, not Ock Nation, damn. DJ Academics, man, he be going like, he'll go midnight to like 6 in the morning. I'm like, man, I know I can do that shit. You know, it's just, you know, I just have to rearrange the next morning sometimes. And, you know, I be wanting to do it, you know what I mean? Because I be wanting to talk. But, you know, one of the things, I was, damn, let me see if I can order this beer before it's too late. Shit. Is it too late? Let's hope it's not too late. Okay, all right. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to put an order in real quick and put that order in there. Let's see what we got. Load up here. Get stocked up for the show. Let's see what we got. Oh, we stocked up right there. Okay, we good. Nope, never mind. Okay, all right. Orders. See. My bag. We got an order here. If we want to expedite this motherfucker and get it here sooner. Should I drink Don Julio tonight or beer? What do you guys think? The Julio, Annie Joe, the Anejo. Should I drink beer? Wait. Beer, Annie Joe. Beer, Annie Joe. I got to mix this shit. I just drink this shit straight. Beer? You say Annie Joe? Okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going both of them tonight. Fuck that shit. Let's see. We go drink a little Reposado and some Miller Lite. Let's hope it's not too late. Let's see if it goes through here. Shit, we in business. We'll be in about 40 minutes. Anyway, what's up, 7 Steel? Man, you know, I was up on a CT panel, you know, with other panel, Free Zone, Lou, whoever. And, you know, people, you know, John, racist motherfucker. And, you know, of course, you know, other people saying some people say I'm the most racist motherfucker on the internet. And I got to thinking, I'm like, I might as well embrace it. Fuck it. Right? It ain't far from the truth. But I was up on Free Zone's panel, and, you know, I don't know what angle they were coming from. You know, on one hand, it seemed like they were trying to defend blacks. And then on the other hand, it seemed like they wanted to attack blacks. So I didn't know where to stand. But yeah, and so at one point he showed me Free Zone Lou did, you know, he showed me some fucking map of Memphis. And I'm like, okay, Memphis, I know niggas done fucked that whole state up, the whole city up. And he trying to show me one little small part of Memphis. And I'm like, look at here, John, this is a good part of Memphis right here. And I'm like, I'm trying to squint down to see where the fuck these niggas are in East Memphis, he say. And I'm like, this all they got. Desperate motherfuckers, desperate for something. They're hanging on to something. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, shit. That shit threw me the fuck out. And this is what I'm saying. I couldn't understand where the fuck they was coming from on that panel. Because on one hand, they trying to tell me about some little nigger nest somewhere outside of Memphis, in East Memphis. I'm like, okay. And he said, but look at all these $1 million fucking homes in Memphis, East Memphis or something. And he said, they're trying to distinguish between class and they're trying their best to run away from being a nigger. That's what it is. Must drive these fucking niggas crazy. It really must drive them crazy. I was listening to Stanley, and I don't listen to the nigga. Oh, I just Google the nigga, like, what the nigga saying about me? I go to this transcript. And I heard the fucking nigger, and he said, he ain't got no black neighbors. I knew that, nigga. I knew that, right? Because you can't get up here and defend niggers and live around them. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, right? And now, and the other thing, I hear, I think I heard Freeze on Luke. Most blacks don't live in the inner city. Bullshit. 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 Most of these fucking niggas live in the goddamn cities. This question is calling me. Yeah, I'm gonna tell him on live. And I'm like, bullshit, right? Bullshit. Most of these fucking niggas live in the city, in the cities or the suburbs, close to the city, so they can fucking go to work. Why the hell PG County was the most affluent county in America? It's right here close to DC, hugged up to DC, so these blacks can go to work. That's more or less inner city. Hell, it's inner city vibe once they got there anyway. So we're at the same damn point. They're trying to create a difference, a distinction without a difference, and that's what it seems to me. And so again, I don't understand. If Freeze on Lewis, he's in all this, maybe he's over there, still over there with Stanley, listening to that idiot box. But again, I'm like, what are you trying to point out to me by showing me some little small ass part of Memphis? They got some well-to-do blacks when Memphis has been destroyed by blacks. Hey, nigga, you're gonna overlook that and just talk about the handful of decent blacks? And what he doesn't want to talk about, though, is that, nigga, you better not fucking slip and fall. You better not twist your ankle, because most of you are working hard as hell to get away from blacks. And one slip and fall, and you'll be back amongst the blacks. You'll fall way down low to around the blacks that you don't want to be. And that's your lot in life. You understand that? That you always are going to be running away from it. You can try to mirror it in class, income, but most of you niggas don't make that much money. We already covered this. We've already covered this. So don't come to me like you some smarty-arty nigga. You make a lot of money, because most of you don't. And if you do make a lot of money, you're a man by yourself. You're a man by yourself. I know you got it itching to go be around them niggas at some point in time, right? American man, and I'm not picking on him, but I'm saying he's a black. I'm sure he's been to Carnival. He go back around his family in Brooklyn. I met up with him in Brooklyn. You can't run away from these niggas, right? I don't give a fuck how much money you make, right? Unless you just excommunicated, then where you going? Because the white people are not taking you, nigga. Like you gotta be willing to accept your fate in life, whatever you are. If you're black, nigga, you're gonna have to accept some downsides to that. Right? You're not gonna be able to make enough money to get up out of that. Trust me. You're always gonna be looked at as black. And so what I was trying to tell the niggas on Free Zone Look was like, and I'll back up for 1 second. Some nigga Clue, he's in a truck, God bless him, and he's saying, move away from the niggas into the rural towns. I'm like, nigga, have you ever seen a country built up off rural towns alone? Right? France. When you think of France, do you think of the small little towns outside of France, or do you think of Paris? Germany, same thing. They're creating this bullshit in their mind to try to get away from the blacks and try to make that the reality that will really work. In reality, something is going to have to be done about the blacks in the inner cities taking up valuable real estate. And so what I suggested to the niggas, I said, hey, nigga, the Arabs do it. Everybody else do it. They come into your ghetto-ass neighborhood. Why don't you do it? You keep telling me about the white man and shit, nigga. I'm afraid of you because they love you. You afraid of the white man, John. I said, well, nigga, you afraid of the niggas, right? You move so far away from the blacks, but y'all eat the same shit. Y'all chase the same women, unless you can get a white woman. Y'all all chasing kind of the same women, more or less, most of you niggas, right? So it's all very interesting. And it's just also very interesting in that these are some very conflicted blacks. And so, and as I said to, in the type, what's the title? The most racist black man, he wears his crown proudly. And I think, and I was wondering, I said, CT is racist. They say, CT, he's racist. You hear people say, our nation is racist. Be Brave is racist too. But unlike all them other niggas that I just mentioned, when that China man said he didn't want his mama living around niggas, I'm the only nigga on the internet that will flood the fucking zone, niggers neighborhood, with pedophiles. I'm the only nigga that can do that. I'm the only nigger that can exercise my racism. All the other fucking niggers, they got words. But I'm a man of action. And I think that's why the niggers like the Stanleys of the world, they want to sile up to a nigger like me. Because they know I'm a very dangerous nigger. I will flood that black ass neighborhood that you love so much, nigger. I have pedophiles living next to cute little black girls. I do it, nigger. I'm a racist motherfucker, let you tell it. I do it all. And I think that's why they really fear me more than any of these motherfuckers. Because they know I have your mama living next to a motherfucking pedophile. I am the only fucking nigger on the internet that can do that. And them niggers know that shit. And that's why they're so fucking fixated on me. Because I can turn that nigger neighborhood upside down and then show it to you the next day. Ain't no other nigger on the internet like that. And so I'm going to wear this crown proudly, motherfuckers. You understand? It's power, nigga. I made a racist nigga like Stanley come over here and work for a real racist nigga like me. You think I would work for him? Fuck no, I ain't working for no fucking nigga. You think I would go work for a fucking nigga? Please, I ain't never done this shit like that. I ain't never done no shit like that. Working for a fucking nigga. I'm racist, nigga. The fuck I'm gonna work for a nigga for? The clips are all on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. The clips are all on the internet. I can't run from it. It's all there. People probably clipped it. I've seen people clip it. I can't run from it. I've already proven myself the most racist motherfucker out here on the internet. Black people call me that. White people, they don't even call me that. Maybe they like it. But Stanley, you got your wish. And everyone else, the CKJ3s of the world, I'm going to make it living hell for niggers. Passively, actively, I'm going to do it, nigga. Despite you motherfuckers. You fuck with the rock. I told you, niggas. Back up, nigga. Back up, right? Some of your children may end up in D.C. I have a fucking pedophile living around them motherfucker. Or I'll make your black ass go to work and pay high-ass rent to keep them away from niggers. Right? That is true. It's very true, nigga. You have to understand I'm a different nigga. And if you fucking dumb niggas can't figure it out, if you can't go through the clips and put two and two together, motherfucker, then today starts a new day. And we're going to show you nigger degeneracy. And to my best fucking ability, I'm going to goddamn exercise every fucking inch of my power. And I'm going to show you what a black racist motherfucker like me can really do, right? If I really want to play my fucking hand, if you want to call me racist, nigga, okay, well, I ain't got no reason. What can I do now? You've already branded me. I might well go all in. And we're gonna see how it all plays out, niggas. We see how it all plays out. You know what? What's so interesting? Let me show you something. For the niggas here, you don't want to talk shit about me. I'm telling you, fuck with you. You should go over there and fuck with CT. He can't put pedophiles in your neighborhood. Go fuck with Bob. All he can do is spray the chemicals over your head. But me, nigga, I will have you next door to pedophiles. How would you like that, nigga? That's some real shit right there, right? That's what a real racist motherfucker would do. And I am the nigger for the job. I don't run from that. You have to understand that, nigga, right? Nigga, when we weren't even monetized, I still came up here every day, day after day, giving it to the niggas. Niggas probably didn't understand where the fuck I was coming from. Other niggas, maybe they wanted money, they wanted to hope everything would work out, nigga, but I came to give it to the motherfucking niggas. And I tried to dance around and but everywhere I go, it's always niggas lying, making excuses and shit, even though I show you the absolute bottom fucking niggas. I got a nigga showing me that niggas live in $1 million houses in Memphis while overlooking every fucking thing else that the blacks do in Memphis. I'm so fucking tired. I'm so fucking tired of this bullshit. Fucking niggas lying, obfuscating the truth. All this other bullshit, cutting people off, don't want to let nobody talk, they ain't want to talk. Everything that I Google some wild shit. Let me see if I'm gonna do it in real live time. See if I can show you. I'm gonna do this shit real live time. Share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see. Here's my Twitter screen right here. Right, here's my Twitter screen. And I'm gonna do this shit in real life. I'm gonna walk down. I'm gonna walk these. I'm gonna walk you niggas down. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start walking you fucking niggas down. Right? Yeah, I don't think none of you fucking niggas can be rocket scientists. And if you do, you ain't gonna be as good as the white man. So I don't want to fucking ride in your rocket, nigga. Right? You haven't proven yourself to replace the white man and build no shit to take people up in the air. I don't want to fucking ride with you. Period. Right? Let me show you something. Is my what screen? Okay, it's just screen share. Can you see what I'm about to type in? Hopefully you can see what I'm typing in. I want you to look at this. Let me make sure you can see. Let's see. Oh, you can't see what I'm typing. All right. Let's see. I typed this shit. Let's see. Let me make sure. Let me make sure I got it right. Let's see. I typed black pilots. I typed some variation of black pilots. And all that came, there it is. Look at that. Look what came up. Nigga, I typed in black pilots. And Charlie Kirk was the second fucking thing that came up. The first thing was Tuskegee Airmen. What did Charlie Kirk say about the black pilots to make him come up? What did he say? Does anyone know what the fuck he said? What did Charlie Kirk say about black pilots that made it just jump to the top? Let's see what he said. What did he say about Charlie Kirk and black pilots? I got more niggers. I got more. You know what? I asked yourself. How many of you, honestly, you got on a plane? I want you to be honest. Release your inner racism here. How many of you niggas, you got on a motherfucking plane and you see all black everywhere? Pilots, flight attendants. If you got on that fucking plane, just be honest with yourself. And everybody in there was black, flying the plane, engaging in typical black behavior, which is what you normally see. Nightish, get your black ass out my chat, you fucking fat, lazy nigger. Get out of my chat, nigger. I don't want your fat, lazy ass over here. I don't want no fucking compliments from you. All I want, nigga, from you is to get your fat ass, stay awake on your stream, nigga. Don't be like these lazy fucking niggers, man. You're a lazy fucking nigger, right? See, this is why I want to fly with you niggers. You lazy motherfucker. You get up, you lazy motherfucker. Let me get up to the fucking, see these lazy, these fucking, man, these niggas make me sick, man. They make me fucking sick, man. They make me fucking sick. Nighties, don't make me bang you, bro. You lazy, fat fucking nigger. You sit up on the fucking internet and you go to sleep, motherfucker. You lazy. Like, how can you show your face over here? You lazy motherfucker. How can you come over here and show your face? And I done told your black ass to leave and you still here, nigga. But you know, I got something for you, nigga. I got your own words, nigga. I got your own words to show you what kind of fucking niggers blacks are. See, again, I am that nigger. I am that nigger, and I'll take on all these black, stupid motherfuckers. Because at the end of the day, nigga, I hold a trump card, nigga. I got the keys to your neighborhood, bitch. Right? You like that? I flood your fucking neighborhood with child molesters. Right? You can't do that. None of these other fucking niggas, all they got is words. And I got your words here too, Nighties. Let me see if I can find. What did Nighty say? The fat, lazy nigga was asleep on his stream one night. The fat, lazy fucking nigger. Typical fat, lazy fucking nigga. Oh, this nigga done took it down. You fat, lazy fucking nigga. You fat, lazy nigga, but I got it anyway. Nightish. He said, John, save my life, Nightish. You want to come up here and tell motherfuckers how I saved your life, or you want to make light of me, motherfucker? Come up here and say it, nigga. I'm going to ban your fat, lazy ass. It's a new day, nigga. I'm wearing my racist hat, and I don't want no fat, fucking, lazy niggers around me. How about that? Right, nigga? You coming up, you got 5, I'm going to put the link in, because I want you to tell the audience what the fuck you said about me. Give me that compliment, nigga. You got 5 seconds, or I'm banning this fucking fat nigger right now. I don't want no fucking niggers in my chat. Period at all. Period at all. I definitely don't want no fucking fat niggas like that. Be a man, nigger. Be a man. Have some fucking pride. Don't be like them 60-year-old tenant of mine or Carmelo Anthony and just go the fuck away and go to sleep, nigga. 5 per stream and go to sleep, you fat motherfucker. Right? You know what? Hey, niggers. Come on. Get this fat nigger out of here. Get this fat nigger out of here. See, this is what I'm saying. They're stupid race of people. It's a real stupid race of people. A real stupid race of people. But nigga, you know I got that, what you said about me, boy. You know I got what you said about me, boy. I was giving your fat, lazy, dumbass time to say it again. Make amends, nigga. Right? Because, you know, I'm going to give you time. Now, here's how we're going to play this game. I'm going to actively look for pedophiles starting tomorrow morning. Rent rooms to them. If you can't come up here and tell these fucking audience that great compliment you gave to me, nigga, you got one. Come up here and try. What's this stupid nigga? You want to get these people that compliment, that you tell these people that compliment you gave to me, nigga? Tongue-tied nigga, fat, stupid nigga. See, they fat, stupid niggas. I asked that fucking nigga one night, and I ain't even asked somebody else. I think it was Sin 7 asked that fucking nigga. He said, nigga, why you always showing everybody else shit? Fat fucking niggas, I ain't got nothing else in my mind to talk about. Lazy niggas. Lazy niggas. These niggas ain't got nothing in their mind gonna take them to no motherfucking moon. Stop talking about it. The fuck? Huh? Nigga, you can't clean up your fucking neighborhoods. You running away from each other. Acknowledge that, nigga. And try to fix that. Nigga, I was at a motherfucking festival yesterday. Was it yesterday? Was it yesterday? The day before yesterday? The niggas couldn't even get the festival going. Nightish. I'm glad you got some money going, bro. Don't make me ban you, bro. You got funding for this morning. That's good. Glad. I'm good for you. I hope that I helped you out, nigga. I gave you the opportunity to come here and tell all these, so maybe they could get 140. Unlike you, nigga, you had nothing to tell me to get 140. You're a dumb fucking nigga. All you do is come up here and show you how dumb niggas are. Nigga used to come up here and show me some fucking stupid ass dolls. Hey, John, you want a doll with a blunt in your mouth? No, nigga. I don't need to sell no fucking bullshit like that, nigga. I got dope, nigga. I ain't got to put no fucking fancy packages on this dope, nigga. Dope, nigga. You want to try me, nigga? I swear for God, nigga. I would go out and look for murderers, killers, rapists, nigga, and let them live around blacks and hope for the best, nigga. See, now that I've done it before. Nigga, I've done it before. Nigga, I know niggas so well that niggas don't even fucking know what they fucking with. Some niggas say, the only reason they ain't fucked you up, John, is because you act like you the butler. Okay, well, shit, I ain't fucked up. I'm still collecting the money. And I'm fucking them up at the same time, and they don't even fucking know it. Imagine that. You know, now this one time, let me tell you, I'm gonna help you out, nigga. You want some landlord tips? See, once your dumb fat ass finally get the place furnished and get your shit going, you're gonna have to put the niggers out. You're gonna be at least one fucking nigger you're gonna have to put out. Now, I've never been to court, not one day in my life, not to ask the government, Mr. Government, can I put a fucking nigger out? Never, not one time, nigger. So when you finally get the niggers in, I know them California laws is pretty tight on tenants, on landlords. You might need me again, nigger, because I got some dope for you. Oh, nigga, I got some dope all the way from California from you. Because one of the things that I picked up on, some real dope, came out of California, nigga. You keep typing on my channel, I'm bang your black ass. Just hang around and listen to the dope. Get the dope, it's free. So one day, nighties, trust me, you're gonna have to evict the nigga. Then what you gonna do, my nigga? Then what you gonna do, you fat fucking nigga? You're gonna be back to square one again. You're gonna be looking for a nigga like me to help you again. Because I am that fucking nigger. I am that nigger. And I can tell you how to do it. I can show you. You go back through here, and if you're smart enough, you probably try to figure it out by watching a whole bunch of these fucking videos right here. You could probably figure it out. I clipped it up for you, nigga. Or you could get it raw and uncut. You could just call me up and ask me. But you fucked that up. Because I know what you did, nigga. I know your motivation. I know the nigger's motivation. I know. Oh, I don't you think I know niggers by now, boy? You nigga, I've been fucking with niggas, making a living off niggers. Low IQ, low motivation, sneaky ass fucking low life ass niggas. Who would know the niggers more than me? Who would know? I asked you that night. You gotta think about that shit sometime. I was pulling up a video one day, and it was a fucking trailer. They said, pull up a trailer. What trailer do you want to play? And damn if it wasn't a black girl, a tenant in a landlord in New York. And she said, I never rent to black people. Let's see if I can find it. See, 90s, I do. You probably, in that dumb, thick fucking skull of yours, you probably never asked yourself, how does fucking John do that shit? You nigga dumb. Ain't nothing rolling around in his head. He already done said that. But me, I come down here in the ghetto, make hay out of these fucking niggers, whip them up into shape, nigga. And so people ask me, I heard the fucking nigger, CKJ3, faggot, stupid ass nigga. Has John ever thumped some of these fucking niggas' head? Maybe I ain't have to, nigga. Haven't you seen me up here on the stream, motherfucker? I done dealt with all kind of stupid ass niggas. You hear the art up here. He running his mouth. When I come up here, I know how to deal with niggas. I done deal with all kind. I was just on the panel in the Clue Studio. He telling me, I move to the rural areas. Nigga, I ain't moving nowhere. You stop being scared of these fucking niggers, and you come back, you tell these bitches, I'm taking back over the block. I got my blocks, nigga. I got my coins. All you fucking niggas going to high ground, running from, in many cases, you fucking niggers are running from like Trayvon's. That's what you're scared of. You running from Trayvon. In many cases, Trayvon's is fucking some of your bitches. That's true. Nigga, who would know it better than me? I see whose houses these young boys be going in and out of. I do see these things. And so this is when I say it marks a new day. I think I do this better than anybody else anyway. Who knows niggas better than me? Who knows them better than me? Huh? From the lowly niggas like 90s, a nigga had no respect for himself. Done been told to get the fuck on, he's still backstage. To the lowly fucking black animal niggas that I've been renting to. You cannot discount what I've seen to try to go off your own fucking feelings. Don't work like that. Don't work like that. Right? Now, I can understand how you niggas, the Stanleys of the world, they can look over Ock Nation. They can look over CT. But they can't look over what I showed them. And if they can't look over what I've shown them, nigga, you ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. 90s. I can own you, nigga, just by banning you. But I'm showing you again, this is blacks. This is blacks for you. This is Carmelo Anthony. This is Carmelo Anthony. Right? A white man. If I told a white man, hey, nigga, get the fuck out of my chair. White man, gone. But a nigger, he will hang around. Look. Nigga still here. He might be asleep. He's still here. Sleep. He won't leave. Just like Stanley. These niggas have no honor. They have no fucking honor. These are low-life pieces of shit that think they're better fucking people than they really are. And I'm here to bring them down a notch to where they really are. Lowly pieces of fucking trash.
What up, John?
You got to mute. What's up? You're talking to the most racist motherfucker on the internet. So if your job or anything is dependent on that, you might want to calm down. Don't be seen up here with me, boys. It's a little too dangerous. Because tomorrow morning, I could be putting child molesters right next to young ladies that attend Howard University. You understand that? So you really taking a chance coming up here fucking around with me. You know that, right? Yeah, taking
John,
a chance.
why you messing with that old man like that, bro?
What old man?
With Nidish.
Fuck 90s. Fuck that nigga. And the fact that stupid fucking nigga is still around here shows you why Carmelo Anthony is facing murder right now. Blacks, I've seen it, bro. Just the other day, did you hear the clip when I was trying to evict a black? When I did evict the black, did you hear that clip?
Nah, show me.
Oh, okay. Good. I want to play it for you. I hope I have it here. There's so many clips. I got it right here. Give me 1 second. See, this is blacks, bro. You probably never seen this side of blacks before. And this is why so many blacks run and leave their businesses behind for other people to take them, because they're afraid, bro. They're very much afraid.
You think they're afraid of their own people?
Yeah, hell yeah, they're afraid. Nigga, like, do you know the average black person? Like, you know the pressure that they're under to maintain that neighborhood that they live in away. If they've been able to move away from blacks.
Yeah.
The pressure to keep their child out of the same school district with niggers is on 10 for blacks. Now, everybody know it. I'm here to expose it. And so that's why I say I'm taking a different shit. I'm going to show nobody wants to go to no black fucking doctors. Ain't nobody getting up in no plane, no black niggers flying that motherfucker. Ain't nobody flying on no soul plane.
You think that people fly with Bob because he's a light-skinned black?
I don't know why they fly with him. I don't want to comment on him in particular. What I'm saying is, look, matter of fact, wait my phone. Hold on. I'm gonna show. Oh, my order's here. Goddamn, give me 1 second.
All right. John, funny as hell. So John, you don't trust black doctors?
I'm right here.
Oh, what up, Nidish?
Right here.
I'm finna have a field day with these niggas.
Why he hates you so much, bro? High-nightish? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm up here.
Yeah, you up here.
Have you ever seen him? He do this on the mic. He suck on that mic like it's going out of style. That nigga loves sucking on that mic. We can't get enough of it. He's so behind sucking on that mic.
Y'all crazy.
As much as he talk about Stanley was the greatest thing he got over here. But if he keep talking about being Stanley, maybe he can get his numbers up. And listen, I'm finna go because I'm finna start a show about this bitch ass nigga and another nigga named Ruthless Truth. So shout out to the shout outs. All you pussies that like a bald headed receding hairline, weed smoking, alcoholic bitch ass nigga that rent out apartments to pedophiles, keep listening to John Galt.
Damn, y'all throwing shots. Y'all boys is crazy. John, where you at? Well, what y'all want me to speak about? I mean, John is gone. He probably went to the corner store to buy himself another 6-pack. Shit. I mean, you got to get his drink on. Yo, John is funny as fuck though. But let me ask y'all a question. Why don't y'all trust black people? Like, I never understood that. Like, how come y'all don't trust your own people? But I ain't gonna lie to you. Us Dominicans, we don't trust one another too much. I don't know why that is, that we don't trust our own people. But what I'm watching the same shit, the same YouTube. But I don't know where John went, bro. That's why I don't do the stream shit, because I ain't got shit to talk about. I don't got no racial shit to talk about. No, I like blacks. I like black people. John, see, I told you John went to go get a 6-pack. What did I tell you? He went to the store. John, you went to the store?
While John is gone, I need everyone in the live chat and everyone listening to make sure you like the live. John is coming right back, and you know he's got that dope.
I told y'all he went to go get some beer. John, you went to go get some beer, huh?
Fuck. Man. Oh shit. You see how long that fucking shit took? Just to get a fucking water? Nigga, you don't think I got pictures of that bitch? Nigga. And these fucking niggas think they going to the moon. Nigga, don't make me, please don't make me pull up pictures of this bitch. She just dropped my food off. Just dropped. Like,
Of who?
y'all niggas ain't going no moon, niggas. Y'all niggas ain't about to be on no rockets. Trust me on that. Right? Like, nigga, if I show you this bitch to just deliver my fucking order, nigga, all that rocket shit should go out of your mind, nigga. Clean up your neighborhood. Maybe you can turn some of these fat, nasty ass women around and show up at people's house at midnight looking the way this woman did. Hey, start there. That would be a good motherfucking start, right? But you got blacks out here talking about they going to the moon, all this stupid ass shit. It sounds so fucking ridiculous to me that, you know, I got to be the voice of reason here for these fucking niggas, man. I'm
So
just
you don't believe in your own black people?
Man, hell no, I don't want to go to the moon with no nigga. If I saw a bunch of niggas going to the moon, I ain't riding. Fuck that shit, nigga. Listen, nigga, look, bro, trust me. I'm gonna tell you this right here. This God's heaven truth. I'm calling my nigga right now. Let me see, I'm calling my nigga right now. Cause this nigga just went through it. Yep, he sure here did. He just told me the other night. Oh. Let me call this nigga right now. Yeah. This nigga just told me some wild shit.
Your call has been forwarded.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, do you hear the Arabs in America talking about going to the moon? Talking about they could be rocket scientists and shit?
Nah.
You don't hear it. Do you hear the Hispanics talking about rocket science?
Nah, we're just trying to make money.
Just trying to make money, right? But
That's it.
I would listen to, like, and I'm jumping all over the place. Fuck it. I was reading some shit about some black bitch. Her granddaddy was an engineer back in the day. And so she decided to go become an engineer. You know what she did? Like, after she went to the same school her daddy went. You know what she did after she got her degree in engineering?
What?
She went back and got another degree.
Oh, damn.
One is enough. Two, maybe it's kind of overkill for engineering. You can go out here and make a damn good living engineering. But I've known a few engineers in my day. I went to Tuskegee's kind of an engineering-focused school. Again, I didn't get here by happenstance, bro. I promise you, right? I saw a lot of black guys that went and majored in engineering at Tuskegee. And then I realized, like, damn, there is a Purdue School of Engineering. That bitch top notch. There's Cal, State, Poly. I started hearing about all these other schools. I'm a country nigga from Alabama. And I started hearing about Cal, Poly. And you know, all these schools up in Boston. I'm like, damn, like, these niggas graduated from Tuskegee. Yeah. They ain't taking anything away from it. But they ain't on the same level as somebody who went to Cal Poly. Is that fair? That is not. I'm just calling it what it is, right? And so what? So I said Indians landing on the moon. And so then I started to see, and again, this is 20, 30 years in the making. This isn't not overnight. I started to see, well, they never really became engineers.
Yep.
Right? They pushing paper, administrative side. They never really went engineer. And many of them, in fairness, they had other interests. One nigga wanted to be an art. He just wanted to be in art. Right? Nothing even tangentially related to chemical engineering. He majored in chemical engineering and became a mad nigga artist. Arts, you know, to be fair, he owns the art studio, whatever, right? You know, he's not a dummy. But engineering was never in him. He never wanted to do it. I remember one time he came to New York. He was working for Chick-fil-A. Not the, you know, he wasn't a restaurant, but, you know, they had operations, right? But, you know, in college, he was interning with BP, British Petroleum, Procter & Gamble. When the real world hit, Chick-fil-A. May I take your order, please? He wasn't taking orders. That's fair. So he came to New York one time and he was testing the bags out, how water resistant they were. And I remember thinking, it's nothing, it's not, nothing work. It's legitimate work because people in New York go to Chick-fil-A differently than, say, drive through in Georgia. But here he is just analyzing the bags to take water. He's 20 years in now. He hadn't made much headway in his engineering career. You understand?
Yep.
So that's why he went and did art, right? And so what I'm saying is that, like, that pursuing that engineering and stuff like that, particularly software, because that's what I know. You don't have to go to college for this. The best and the brightest.
Really don't.
I'm trying to tell you, the best ones I've ever worked with. The best one, a guy named Adam Blydenberg. He didn't go to any college, no college. He was the best, bar none, that I've worked with. Now, some of the others went to college, but what does that mean when a middle-class white person goes to college? What does that mean? They're going and for totally different reasons, or maybe a slightly different reason than and the benefits than some poor black kid. Right? Now, hey, nigga, you can, if you really into coding, first off, your family should have seen it early on. I started coding when I was 6 years old. Understand? Right? And I've tried to tell people. I used to go to interviews, and I'm dating myself, but you already know my age. The people that would be interviewing me would be around my age. And one of the questions they would ask me, someone since college is overrated, one of the questions they would ask me and say, what was your first computer? That's a signal. It's a telling. Were you begging your parents to get you a computer at 6, or did you get your first computer at 18? Right?
That's
a
the
difference.
question, yeah.
You understand? Right? And so that's what the question, that's one of the questions I used to all, the white guys, and mainly it would be white guys that would ask me that question almost every time. Like, man, what was your first computer? Yeah.
Trust me, John. I see it at work because I work for the College of Engineering and Computer Science. Some of these people that are there, they're just wasting their time going to college, bro, because they don't have. Some of the professors don't even have common sense. They don't even know what the hell they teaching half of the time.
Very true. A lot of them are reading out of books.
That's all they doing.
Where the answers are given to them. Like,
listen, we have one of this guy, a professor. He's over the AI. He don't even know how to turn on a computer, and I don't know how he's over the whole AI for the whole college. They're putting him everywhere there is. I mean, they're building a new building for him and everything. And this guy does not know how to turn on a computer. He calls the IT director directly so he could do his computer stuff.
If you take a look at this, I started off by saying like, DI and policy. And I called my buddy Philippe earlier. Philippe had to catch a flight recently. He got on that motherfucker, didn't know it was a black pilot. This is a true story. And then the black pilot said something about, we need to get our measurements correct. Philippe got the fuck off the plane. I was going to let him tell it. And I'm hoping he calls me back because he can give you better. Like, he got off the plane. He's black. He got off the plane.
So he don't trust his own black people.
Bro, he went to Morehouse with Bob. He's about the same age as Bob. Give or take a few years. That nigga ain't trusting Bob. I'm just telling you. The nigga told me the other day. I was on the plane. Motherfuckers, they have to wait to get the plane measurements correct.
They gotta have. Right. I worked at airport in the planes. You gotta have certain amount of bags in the front, certain amount in the middle, and certain amount to level the plane when it's flying.
Said when you heard that dark husky ass voice come over the phone, what you do? What? It's a what? Nigga talking about measuring what? I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he said it cost him money. And he got off the plane. His word. And I wanted him to tell the story, right? Because and again, man, the blacks again, like they're creating an environment where even if they do make a pilot, nobody trusts them. Nobody trusts them because the foundation.
But what do you think that is, John? Do you think it's because what is it? You think blacks cut corners or what? What is it that makes you like? Let's say, for example,
hold your question. Stop right there because I want to get to that and I'll forget. You mentioned cutting corners. All right. Yeah, that's true. Hispanics cut corners too.
Yeah, we cut corners too.
You Hispanic? Okay.
Yeah,
you-
I'm
okay,
Dominican.
good. Okay, I didn't know that. See, I didn't want to catch any aspersion. But so I showed a video the other day. It was a Hispanic man slinging that fucking drywall, slinging it, man, slinging it. Boom, boom, boom. And then another one was zoop, zoop, zoop as he slung the drywall. The other was zip, zip, zip. Okay, maybe your measurements are a little off on this drywall. I can kind of deal with that because you got it done real fast.
Yeah.
And y'all were both able to work together and get it done really, really fast.
Yeah, as a team.
Yeah, right. So okay, maybe they didn't do it 100%, but they did it so damn fast. I can get somebody else to come in here and fix it. I get a finisher.
Yeah, the finisher. Sometimes the measurement be wrong, but the finisher, he makes it right.
I'm trying to explain this game to you. And so the blacks, if they could work hard, fast, and in a team, okay, maybe they could be a little off on their measurements. But blacks aren't a very precise people. How many times you been to a restaurant, custom service, low end, McDonald's? I want fries and it just ain't right. Your order ain't right.
No, yeah, like I don't like pickles, so I ask no pickles on my burger, and it always comes with pickles every time. Man, I don't know what it is, man. Something so simple.
Because they're in the routine of making burgers. They maybe already made that burger. They're not about to do another one. Customer service, yeah. I'll be honest, customer service, yeah. With blacks, it just doesn't really hit the way it does with say other groups of people, or white people in particular. That's who they compare themselves to. So we just want to go strictly black and white comparison. The customer service, bro, you go in Chick-fil-A, the customer service Chick-fil-A when they had them little white kids in there is totally different than you go in Burger King.
Oh man.
Okay, so fair.
Listen, they be 16, 14, 15 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure. You could tell like they're happy as hell.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm not gonna lie, and it's not talk bad about blacks. It's just I don't know. It's
have you ever worked with blacks before?
Of course.
Okay. On what level of work did you work with blacks?
All type at college, and to be honest with you, like I said it the other day on the panel of CT's panel. I said a lot of blacks are lazy as hell.
I mean,
they want to do the bare minimum. They want to get top dollar.
I got to clip off the clip of blacks on this channel saying that, and on the Urban Landlord clips, and that's fine. Yeah, everyone wants to do the bare minimum and get top dollar, but there's levels to it. Your bare minimum may be $9 an hour. I had a young boy, Johnny Boy. He was on the channel a while back, and this goes to Jesus Christ. This really goes to show you what blacks think of each other, even the lowliest of blacks. So Johnny Boy, he's a little slow, but I feel like I raised him. He's been on the channel several times. So anyway, he's slow. He goes to the store. Another black steals my bike. I let him ride my bike to the store. Another black steals the bike. But again, he's slow. I understand he's slow. Some of these criminal blacks are a little bit smarter than him, a little bit faster than him. So he's sitting on my bike. He walks back. Hey, man, somebody stole the bike. The other blacks that saw this, they immediately said, John, he sold your bike and you just stupid. He played you, John. That's how blacks see other blacks. They don't trust each other. They know deep down within there's a criminal, thieving, lying element. And one of the people that was saying that was Stanley Cross, a man who's very pro-black. And he's saying, that nigga stole your bike, John. He stole, and he was laughing at me, right? But really not criticizing the black man who stole the bike, right? Yeah. He's not criticizing the other black man who's so stupid to let the black man steal the bike. He's laughing at me. But again, look at how he thinks about other black people.
Yeah.
Other blacks, right?
Even though he's pro-black.
Right. And that is
just
why.
Like Will. You know Will from CT's channel.
Right. And that is why. Yeah.
He's pro-black, but he talks so bad about blacks that I don't get it. He talks about JP like he's a piece of trash. But how you so pro-black?
What the thing is, the reason why he talks about JP, and I've talked about this here, is that like shit, Willie and JP are basically on the same level. Like, bro, the average black, what do you like? Let's not even focus on Willie, but let's just say Willie's prototype. You've seen him, you've heard him talk on panels, and I'm not talking about Willie, but a person like Willie. if you listen to him, you hear him talk on pound. Okay, now I have the question: how much money do you think Willie makes for a living?
He said he
Well,
makes 250.
okay,
That's what he
250. Okay, do you believe that? Okay, fair enough. And it's possible, right? Because there are a lot of things you can do and still, have the the persona of Willie. So I'm not saying it's not true, but that mindset ain't CEO level. The way
No.
he talk, you don't think that's CEO? Not even of a small company with 150, 200 employees. That's not CEO level, correct? Right?
No.
So even with that, right? The 250, right? So now he's got to take that 250 with his behavior, with his, persona, and now he's got to go.
His mentality.
Right. The way he talks, showing up with a hoodie on, the mask on, um, and now he's got to go out into the world. 250 ain't a lot of money. It's not a lot. It's not,
You're in a different type of tax bracket. You don't bring home 250.
Right. You don't bring home 250, but to get away from niggers, what do you think it costs to get away? Assuming Willie's in a person like Willie would be in a major city, what do you think it costs to get away from niggers in a major city?
Woo-wee.
A lot of money. A lot of money. If you have children, you got to pay for schooling. If they're young children, you got to pay for daycare. I pay those costs, bro. I know these things like the back of my hand. You know what I'm saying? And I know, bro, listen, bro, I wasn't even able to avoid it. Bro, I was working, my lady was working, I had all my rental property going, and I was like, I can't afford to spend this much money on daycare just to get away from blacks. I don't have that much of avoidance of them at that young of age.
Yep.
And so what I'm saying is, so I take my children to school, and I'm talking about 4 or 5 years. They're 3, 4 years old, and so you take them to the classroom, and then right up above the doorway is this classroom is funded by HUD, whatever, Department of USDA, and we're gonna feed them, the poor kids. Now I had to pay for my children to eat. That was probably part of the tuition. I can't remember exactly how it was priced, but the poor people, everything was free for them. Everything, even early drop off and late pickup. It used to blow my mind.
Yeah, the YMCA club.
But I had private daycare. Like I drop my kids off at 8:30. I see some ghetto ass woman with a bun on her head and flip flops on, them big fluffy terry cloth like flip flop, and she dropping her child off at the same time I drop mine off, but she's not going to work. Somebody's paying for her early drop off.
Yep.
How could that be? How could that be? And then late pickup is the same thing. And these blacks that are making the 250, but having to live in whitey neighborhood, they're first generation. Many of their parents don't have money. Again, I point you to someone like Stanley. Stanley and MFB. I don't know if you know of MFB.
No, I don't know.
DJ MFB is a guy. He comes up on the panel. He has a channel of his own. His children don't have to work. He's 40 years old. Yet he continues to work. Then you see old black niggas like Ben or Stanley. They're not working. They're not doing anything productive. And their children, they're not as well set as DJ MFB's children. And some of the children that clearly don't have to rent from me, right? It's just levels to the game. And so, in this shift in my mind of where I want to go, I want to tell these blacks, stop talking about rocket science and shit like that when you can't even keep one street, Martin Luther King, clean.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Ridiculous. It looks ridiculous. Bro, did you hear I was at a festival this weekend. You hear about this?
Yeah, I heard you started talking about it, but you never finished.
I'm at a festival. All over the city, every neighborhood has festivals for this weekend. It's called Art in the City. It's supposed to represent black culture, and in our neighborhood, it's gonna be it's supposed to represent the culture of your neighborhood. That's doing it. So one of my next door neighbors, the guy right to the right of me, he was going over there to sell some of the cultural food. He was gonna sell catfish and shit like that, ribs and shit. You know what I mean? So with the ribs, you got to pre-cook the ribs to have them done fast before you.
Right? Before you put them in the grill.
Right. Before you get to the event, you're gonna pre-cook your ribs, right? And the catfish, not so much, but you're gonna have to buy the catfish before the first day, right? Before the day of the event, you go buy your catfish, buy your ribs, and you pre-cook the ribs, season the catfish, whatever the hell you know. So anyway, he gets to the event, and guess what happened?
What?
A nigga who didn't understand how to work with propane set the whole shit up ablaze. Oh man. But in the white neighborhoods, do you think they had this problem?
Hell no.
No. So again, look at the opportunity loss because of incompetent blacks that can't even fucking work a propane tank. And yet these same fucking stupid ass blacks think that they have the wherewithal to go to the moon. Come on, man. Listen, I played a clip the other day. PG County, the wealthiest county in Black America at one point, probably the second wealthiest now. They don't have one 5-star restaurant. Not one. Not one 5-star hotel. Not one. The reason
how can
why
they be the richest town?
they a pimple on the ass of the federal government. These are not entrepreneurial people. These are not people that have money. They got jobs. And one loss of that fucking job will have them niggas living in the ghetto in PG as opposed to Upper Marlboro. That is the truth of the matter, right? They have
They'll be
jobs.
renting from you, huh?
Yeah, they'll be renting from me. These listen, bro. I'm gonna tell you some shit. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. See, this is you want to tell you how the black money flow. If you really want to see this, this is why I was trying to tell the niggas on Free Zone panel. Once you niggas get over your timidity of blacks, right? Because that's all what it is. You scared of them. You don't want to send your children to school with them, but school don't really matter for niggas no way. Because ain't none of you niggas taking school and making no hill of beans out of it. So you might as well get over that and stop moving around because of schools, because your children ain't learning shit worth nothing anyway. Definitely black children ain't learning shit in these motherfucking schools. So, but where is the opportunity? It's in the corner stores. Like niggas like The Wire. You ever watch The Wire?
Oh yeah.
So
Greatest show on HBO.
On The Wire, what did they fight over most?
The corners.
But why did they fight over the corners?
Because they're trying to hustle.
But why were the corners so important? You ever saw drugs before?
I may not share that,
but
let's say I know something about.
But the corners are important if you're selling drugs, correct?
Of course, that's your landmark.
It's your site point,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see,
everybody knows that's your corner. That's you. That's.
Right. And so what I'm saying, and if you ever been to Brooklyn or Bronx and Manhattan or whatever,
of course,
what you see in the black neighborhoods is they don't have any corners.
No,
any corners. They have no corners. They out in Long Island. They out smattered about here and there, but not one corner do they own. That is the problem. Every other group of people own some kind of corner. And the blacks are just trying to work themselves out of having to own a corner. And partly they're afraid of the kids. They've been told that you need to be in a good school neighborhood. Man, look, for the smarty-arty blacks, trust me, if they had any entrepreneurial bones in their body, they'd be better off telling the kids, don't even go to school no more after about the 5th or 6th grade. Just come work with me at the family store.
Yeah, once they know how to add and subtract, that's really all you need, and learn how to read.
Bro, let me tell you, I had a Spanish dude. I can call him if it wasn't so late. And I've told the story before. He shows up in my house one day, school day, with his son, about 10, 12 years old. I don't know how old he was. I said, well, that boy ain't in school. He said, you don't want to go to school. I said, okay, fuck it. He here with you, learning plumbing. Today, he's a foreman on a construction team.
Yeah.
He knew early. And I think with children, you can see early what they are and what they're not, what they're interested in, and maybe what they aren't interested in. If your son shows up at graduation talking about he want to be a software developer, probably not. Probably not. Because he got to compete with niggas like me. I've been doing this shit.
Sometimes, John, we steer our kids into the wrong line, like, or what we want. You know what I mean? Like, we want our kids to be better than us, but sometimes we steer them the wrong way. We just gotta let them do whatever the hell they want to do.
Man, one of the things.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, one of the things is though that I want to impress upon people, and this is why I'm going to go in this direction. I had my daughter up here cleaning one of my fucking houses, and she was doing a wonderful job. And I saw something in that because most blacks don't want to clean shit. Right?
Exactly.
Definitely don't want to clean shit after nobody else. They ain't make that mess. That ain't my mess. So my daughter, she jumped into it. She was up on her tippy toes trying to get behind the scene. I said, damn. Who knows what that could be?
Yeah, that could be a business. That could be a cleaning business right there.
And one day I was on the stream and I needed a cleaner one day. And my typical cleaners were busy. So I got to call around cleaners. I was waiting on phone calls on the line. And I was calling people, talking to them. These cleaners were so busy that they couldn't get to me the same day. I started calling them early in the morning. Yo, they're working. Now, let me explain something to you. Now, I'm going all off topic here, but it just brings a thought to my head. One day I was coming down 16th Street right there by the Hilton. It's right by the White House. I saw a bunch of blacks picketing and protesting, whatever. And they were protesting for better wages and stuff like that. It's the cleaning crew of the hotel. The hotel, DC has laws. Most cities have laws about cleaning the hotel, this, that, other regulations, right? You understand? A room must be cleaned every day or after every guest, or this or that. The city sets those rules, the bare minimum. So the hotel wanted to cut back on its hotel staff, more align them with demand. You understand? Where not right now, they were on, hey, we work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. The hotel was saying, well, if we don't have any hotel rooms that need cleaning, what the hell are you coming to work for?
Exactly.
Yeah? Right? And so the blacks were picketing and protesting. I said, why don't they just go become cleaners and own their own business?
Exactly.
Wouldn't that make more sense? Instead of begging these people to give you the terms you want, just open your own business cleaning. Hell, you're cleaning. It's a natural transition.
You know what it is, John? Is that they wanna work, but they want to do the less amount of work, and they want to get the top dollar. And that's what I'm saying. They're fighting for wages, but there ain't no wages coming in. So if there's no rooms for you to clean, what you just gonna stand around and watch the man pay you for nothing just so you can sit around?
Sometimes people talk about, when I was a young man, and this is interesting, my dad taught me something, but it was taught to him by a white man. Our grandfather didn't own the business. So how the hell would my grandfather teach my dad? So when blacks and whites had better relations in America, what's up, Osborne? My dad worked for a white man. He was a butcher. And so one day my dad was at work and he just standing about doing nothing, waiting on customers to come in.
Mm-hmm.
The white man comes up to him and he said, either you find something to do or I'll give you something to do and you ain't gonna like it.
Exactly.
Don't just fucking stand here. You understand? And my point being is that was a lesson that my dad's father couldn't have taught him.
Mm-hmm.
By the grace of God, that the white man was there and willing to teach my dad a lesson that he later passed on to me. You understand?
What you think about that message that Shred just put?
What?
We've been cleaning for 400 years. It's our turn to be CEOs.
I mean, it's different skill sets. I covered Deshaun Foster. I just noticed he was fired today. And I think even before I didn't even publish the damn video before he got fired. But I said they got to fire him. Because they gave him an opportunity to come up. You know how many, it's an introduction. Hey, what's up? You're the new coach of UCLA. And he was like a fish out of water, had no words. And so, but here he is tasked to give a game plan and prepare men to go do, execute a game plan for him. But he, on the spotlight, had no words. He couldn't articulate a damn thing.
That's crazy.
And so now, a year later, he's fired, and he probably feels down about himself, but he was out of position. Maybe he would have done a lot better as running backs coach. He knows running backs. He doesn't know how to coach a team. He's never done anything like that. Most blacks have never run. Like the average, like, bro, here's a good example. If I were to poll my audience, and I'm talking about black or white, how many people have managed 10 people or more?
It's not a whole lot.
How many people you think have managed 10 people or more? Think about it. That's not a lot of people. It's a small business. You know the personality, like you got 10 people, you got 10 different personalities.
Yep. Trust me, I was a supervisor, so I knew. Dealing
So
with
you
people is probably the hardest thing. It takes a special trade, a special person, a special everything. You know what I
right,
mean?
right. So now we talking about you got to have people that know how to do things. And you got to have another ecosystem of people that know how to manage those people. The blacks don't have a bench that deep. I'm sorry. They don't have a bench that deep of skilled workers, skilled managers, skilled executives, financiers, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they can't even keep their streets clean. They can't even put on a festival and run a damn propane tank. Bro, this is how low they are, right? I don't care how many books you read. I don't care what college you went to. Like, down on the level, right? These people.
But you don't think, John, is that they're trying to jump? They're trying to. It's like a saying. You're trying to put the cart before the horse, type of thing.
They're
It's
trying to
like,
build a house from the top down. Like,
yeah, it's like
bro,
how if you don't know how to lay the foundation, but you want to own the house.
bro, let me tell you. You want to get some foundation work done here in DC area? And I'm talking about like on my level.
Yeah.
You got to go to a Hispanic man.
Yeah, that's it. They know how to do that well.
Like you can call a company. Like let's say you get some water in your basement. You can call a company and they're gonna be like $45,000, and you don't know if they're gonna be good or not. You don't know. But I can call Ramon, my Spanish guy,
Yeah,
and I know it's gonna be right. And so
he gonna charge you 10,000.
Right, man, bro. I had an opening cut in a brick wall in my house. Right, I wanted to like do some little fancy shit. That motherfucker came and cut that shit like that.
Yeah,
and left. He came and cut it and left before I even saw the work done, and didn't even ask me for any money. I mean, I had to pay him, but what I'm saying is he had working capital. That's a big thing there. That's a big thing that, again, that once the blacks get in business, that's the one thing they don't have is working capital.
They don't.
So he had working capital to just come and do a job and not need the money ASAP. But what did I have?
He had money to pay his employees too.
But what did I have? I got dope too now. He won't do that for you.
Yeah.
You do that for me because he know that not only do I might have other jobs, but I know people.
And not only that, he knows you're not a typical black either.
And I know people. See, one of the things, like, bro, he called me a nigga. He's like, you my nigga. Like, and I'm gonna tell you something crazy. If it wasn't so late, I'd call him. You've heard me oftentimes talk about my friend from Israel. He's from Ashdod, Adam. He's been on the channel before. Jewish guy, straight from Ashdod, Israel. If you know about Israel, Ashdod is a coastal town. He was a liberal before he met me. I met him in this house. I was upstairs. I got to tell you guys that story later, how I met Adam. Remind me. But anyway, so Adam used to work with Ramon. And I used to always need, like, foundation work is the hardest shit to find. Because you can't trust these motherfuckers.
No, you can't.
Once they close your wall up, you don't know if it's going to get water in there until it rains again. Those are the breaks. You understand?
Yeah.
So Adam, my Jewish friend, Israeli friend, he had control of Ramon. But for you blacks out here in the audience that want to be for immigration, here's a pro-immigration story for you niggas. But Ramon is Salvadoran. Adam, of course you did. He's a Sephardic Jew. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
The curly hair, not the white looking. Anyway, personality-wise, Ramon is more black than white. You understand?
Yeah.
And so Adam said something to Ramon that Ramon took the wrong way. You gotta understand how to talk to people. That is what I'm saying is the black advantage. If they know how to deal with people, you have an advantage by your race. So Adam finally gave Ramon my number, or he gave me his number, whatever. And so Ramon and I become friends because we're like minorities.
Yeah.
And he didn't like the way that Adam talked to him. See, I know not talking to him. I know these Spanish niggas are macho as fuck. Understand?
Yeah.
You don't go with him like that. And so that's how I was able to work that working relationship. What they call it, the black brown coalition. You understand? Most of our workers are brown. You understand? But I know how to deal with the browns. And I know how to deal with the blacks. The blacks who are in corporate America, they don't know how to deal with the browns. They don't know how to deal with the browns. Like if they want to get a roof on their house, who like you see 90s? Like 90s don't even fucking understand. Like, nigga, I've been doing this so long. Right? I got a Rolodex full of Spanish people. Man, I got a clip, the nigga done took it down, and I got it, nigga. You can't hide it from me. Well, he said, John saved my life. He said, John saved my life. He said, I didn't know what to do. And I'm going to do everything he told me to do. This is what 90 said. And the lazy bastard did show you how lowly a nigger is that he took the clip down. Put it back up, nigga. Right? Put it back up. Pay some recompense to me, nigga. You owe me, nigga. I ain't have to give you no fucking advice. I jumped up on your stream, gave you some advice. Your fucking fat ass about to fall asleep. I gave you life, nigga. And this fat fucking nigga gonna get up here and goddamn talk shit about me, fat fucking nigga. This is what I'm saying. This is blacks. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when you see that fat fucking nigga up on Gospel of Bob, thank me, nigga. Thank me, nigga. I told you niggas. This is the beginning of my journey, even before you see the title here. I'm gonna coalesce all these fucking niggas. And I drop one fucking bomb on them bitches and kill them all, cockroach ass niggas. And I coalesced them all. Did I not? I got Nightish up on Bob. I got all these fuck niggas doing reacts to me. But I tell you fucking niggas, if you love blacks like you say you love the niggas, don't fuck with me. Because I will put child molesters in your neighborhoods that you love so much, and around the blacks that you love so much. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it because the government will pat me on my back for renting to niggers like that. You do have to understand that. And see, I'm a different fucking nigger. A real.
You froze, John.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me here. Let me make sure my mic is on. Yeah. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me here. Are you able to hear me? Testing 1, 2 here. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. The other guy, he dropped off here. Anyway, so yeah, so I think for me, like I hear all these people talking. That's not John. What? Yes. Do I need to switch sides here? Is question still here? I don't know if question's still here. Anyway, I got a couple streams coming up. I was inspired here, and what time is it? 1 o'clock. Man, I want to do like a long late night streams. I would love to do like late night 12 to 6. What do you guys think about that, by the way? Now, this is me right here. It doesn't look like me or something? Let's see. Yo, I don't know what happened to my Wi-Fi here. Something happened to the Wi-Fi, so that was the issue there. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking about doing a late night 12 to 6. So what do you guys think of that? Late night 12 to 6 live, and then clip it up and see how that goes. Oh, you know what? Let me put the link in the chat, by the way. I can't remember what I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by the internet here, but one of the things I do want to say, damn, can you guys really hear me? I don't know why it feels like I can't. You guys can hear me. Guys, by the way, I don't do this very often, and I don't do it a lot. But I must say, guys, support the channel. We are hour 23 minutes in at midnight on a Monday morning here. And if I feel so inclined, I might take you all the way into your work day. You hear me in your sleep here. For those of you that might pass out, for those of you that are trucking and stuff like that. I saw Clue Studio in the chat earlier. Yo, has anyone seen Clue Studio's truck? Yo, it's a nice setup he has there. Real nice setup. Yo, sure, I got to play that video that you sent me, by the way. I played it once in a. Oh, yeah, I forget what. But yeah, like all these people that I've lived at Let's Drop for some time. I don't know what it is. So if you've been paying attention, one of the things you may have seen is that I'm blinking here, I'm waving my hands here, and one of the things you may have seen is that, and Master Kim even mentioned this to me over the phone. It is kind of interesting that all of these people that have been up on your stream and seemingly were friendly with you are now seemingly like kicking at you, like Stanley and here for the T Ross Girl, people like that. I've done live streams with Ross Girl. Bob has been up here. I mean, and so it is all rather interesting again. And so for those of you that don't know what you're saying or can't see what you're saying, I want to do a deep dive into these things. And of course, I want to talk about the whole notion of this Black excellence. And we're going to talk about, would you let a Black open you up and operate on you? I'm really curious to know. We dance around, we talk about Black excellence and all these things, but I don't know if nah, hell no. I wouldn't let a Black operate on me, period, point blank. No, wouldn't do it. And so I think a lot of people probably feel the same way. I know my buddy Philippe would not let a Black fly him in a plane. And so we have a lot of Blacks that keep talking these things, the Q Butters of the world, building rockets and stuff like that. But Jason Kessler. Yeah, Jason Kessler left me a comment here. Anyway, let me share this with you. This is what's interesting here. And this is what I'm going to be talking about later in the week. If I don't cover it thoroughly today, let's see, here it is. Here's the headline here. And the headline is Black medical students have little interest in cardiothoracic surgery. And sharing the tab here. And it's coming up here. This is from Cardiovascular Business. Black medical students have little interest in cardiothoracic surgery. I'll maximize this for you. Despite increased interest in CTS amongst medical students broadly, the number of Black and Hispanic trainees, in CTS has not seen significant growth over the past decade. Wrote a researcher with the University of Chicago Pritzker School, that's the governor of Chicago School of Medicine. Barriers to entry into the field have been described for female medical students, but no studies have explored the question for minoritized medical students. The guy sent a 23-question survey to medical students from 40 different medical schools. They received nearly 400 responses from Black medical students. Surgical subspecialties were popular among survey respondents. However, that interest did not carry over specifically to CTS. CTS is cardiothoracic surgery. In fact, 42% of respondents said they were not at all interested in CTS, and just 25% of respondents indicated some level of positive interest in this specialty. Men more than women were interested, highlighting the fact that Black women in particular are unlikely to pursue a career in this field. One of the survey's takeaways was the fact that medical students are not being exposed to it, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so here's the thing that, another specific field of medicine. The same thing probably could be said about a lot of specific fields of, say, welding or underwater painting and stuff like that. I don't think the Blacks are there in terms of the interest. They're just not there. And encouraging them by the school system to engage in these fields, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And so I have another article about that as well. Cam the King, man, what's up? Glad to see you back. I don't support anything DEI. Me either. One of the things DEI that clearly did not work was the UCLA head coach. It should have been obvious to everyone, and I played the initial video of him at the press conference. I mean, the guy couldn't even utter a word, and he's going to be the leader of men. I don't think it works like that. So that was kind of DEI on steroids, and one of the people that would have been instrumental in hiring him was an advocate of DEI. So there is that as well. I was in a motorcycle accident. Cam the King was in a motorcycle accident too. You guys have that in common. I got ran over by a Silverado when I was at the hospital engaged. Yo, there's so many malpractices and shit among the Black doctors and shit that and it's not just Black. My mother had a malpractice case herself, and it was a white doctor. But it's like rot that infects the entire system. If you're going to lower the standard for Blacks, you're going to have to lower it pretty low. Then a lot of people are going to be crossing the bar there that probably shouldn't. And I think you see that. And this is one of the things that your comment on the screen really highlights the problem, is that it's not just the doctors. It's the x-ray people. Let me tell you, my mother was in the hospital 18 days. This is a true story. And as you get older, it becomes very difficult to hit your vein and draw your blood. For whatever reason, the hospital needs to draw a lot of blood. And so none of the nurses could hit the vein. It was a white guy from the military. He served time in the military, maybe been trained there, and he was able to hit the vein. That's very true. From my mother. And, I'll tell you another thing from my mother, which is also very interesting. So my mother, as I said, she spent 18 days in the hospital. And one of the things that your Republic, if you want to come up, I'm open to a guest. And I'm trying to do as long as possible tonight. So I may need some help here, but I'm going to do it as long as possible. So one of the things, my mother was in the hospital, again, she couldn't hit the vein. So the nurses couldn't hit the vein. So the white former military, he actually had tattoos as well. He could actually hit the vein. So my mother was very appreciative of him. If you've ever had trouble getting blood taken, you'll appreciate someone that can hit the vein, one shot, one hit a quitter. But anyway, so it was the other things though that really, really, really made her stay. No, Republic, come on. I don't have any thoughts about you, Republic. I mean, you're a nice lady. So one of the things that, again, it's one of those things you may not think about, is that as my mother lay there in the hospital, she want to have small talk with the staff. Hey, who's winning the football game? Blah, 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 blah. And so was there being so many foreigners there, they didn't have anything of interest to talk to her about. But it was the one white former military nurse that she could at least talk about, like Americana, that they had that little bit in common with. So I found that interesting, and I shared it with you. I think those things are important. A lot of times the blacks look at whites as isn't like someone to agitate or the hatred there, but we share a lot more in common than say with the immigrants. So this is my thoughts here. What's up, Republic?
Hey, thank you. I snuck on downstairs. I'm off. Yeah, I'm off that. We're at separate schedules, so I work nights, but I work tomorrow night. Pardon?
Are you in Dallas?
No, I'm not gonna tell you where I am, but I'm not in Dallas.
No, I didn't know if you were in Texas or not.
I'm not in Dallas.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But you're in the nursing field, right? Healthcare field. I'm sorry.
That's right. I've been a registered nurse for 28 years.
No, I was telling give me 1 second. Did I put some beer in the refrigerator? I did. Let me put this orange juice in the refrigerator for the tequila. Yeah, so Republic, I was telling the audience, my mother was in the hospital, and many of these staff were foreign, not atypical. And so she, the only one that could hit the vein was a white man, former military, but he also had, kind of a connection with Americana. So he was able to, talk to her. When you're in the hospital, you just want someone to talk to. It's like being in jail in a way. And she was the only one. He was the only one that she could kind of really, have some similar common interest with in that as she lay there on the hospital bed. If that makes sense. So they could talk about baseball.
Oh, yeah, it does, of course.
Mm-hmm. And that really matters. And I think that, a lot of times the agitation among blacks and whites, and a lot of that shit goes away when you're laying in a hospital bed. You be wishing for clearly a black person if you're black, but if there's no black person, you don't want a foreigner over a white person. You want a white person, someone that has something in common with you, that you can kind of talk to. That's just an experience that I had, another experience that I had along the way. That, I've long thought that blacks should stop agitating with whites and try to find some common ground. And in the areas where they can't find common ground, they need to go into their own neighborhoods. And I think they'll find some prosperity there.
Well, John, what I noticed, like in the, let's say, like the healthcare setting, especially, what I have noticed is that when it comes to, how about this? I'm going to say this. I've noticed a vast decrease in, like, when I first started out as a nurse, like when I call my, like we call new nurses baby nurses, like, when you're new. I've noticed a lot less, there are a lot more people from other countries coming in into medicine. Like there was a time when all I saw was like a lot of like mostly white doctors, white male doctors, especially. Lots of Indian doctors, let's say Philippines, even some Nigerians, but especially from India. In the nursing home sector, most of the nursing home physicians and the medical directors, like of nursing homes and of, well, I would say especially nursing homes, are Indian.
Yeah, you know what's interesting here in DC, and I'm somewhat familiar with DC, and I wonder if it's somewhat similar. Years ago, and I'm going to walk you up to the story. Well, I'll walk backwards. My mother had, this fairly complicated surgery, and primarily it was mostly whites, Indians, Asians in that division. It may have been, I don't know, thoracic or whatever the fuck it is, dealing with
you were saying cardiothoracic surgery. Yeah, that's like whenever it's like the heart, it's the lungs,
the lungs. Right.
The
so there are
throat.
very few. Yeah. There are very few blacks
That's a
in
lot
that.
of schooling.
Right. And so now, here's what's interesting. One time I went over to get like a weed license. This was years ago, 20 years ago, maybe, whenever they started legalizing marijuana. And at that time, you had to go see a doctor. Well, guess who the doctor was? A Nigerian.
Okay.
The point I'm making is that the real medicine is being practiced by largely other people. All the government type medicine is being practiced by the incompetence, and that largely includes a lot of blacks. Because this guy was just writing weed card prescriptions. It's not real medicine. He went to medical school, but he's not practicing medicine. It's like my friend that went to chemical engineering school, but he's not performing chemical engineering. It's just like what the article said. The blacks aren't interested. Like I've dealt with blacks, honestly. I probably dealt with blacks more than anyone else, clearly, in my sphere on YouTube. Would you say that's fair? On a day-to-day basis, would you say that's fair?
I would say that's fair.
Okay. And one of the things I found, again, and I see it on YouTube and I see it in these people's homes, like, you know how they say like coloring within the lines and stuff like that? Blacks have, and it's not a criticism. The way that blacks see the world is very, very like constricted. They do a specific group of things. Their mind doesn't take them to specialize in cardiothoracic. They see a knee. Oh, I want to be a knee surgeon. They see an ankle. I want to be an ankle surgeon. But they don't see a lung, so they don't want to be a lung surgeon. And this is why I say they have problems with software. It's because the software mind would see the lung. When you see the article where it says blacks aren't interested in, they really aren't interested in anything inside the body.
Well, like the more challenging areas is what you're saying.
Well,
like where it takes a lot of.
No, they don't see it. See, you hear me talk a lot of times here. Abstract versus concrete. And I try to talk concrete because that's a more understandable form of language for black people or for lower intelligence people. So if you speak concretely. But if you abstract that or if you extrapolate that out to software, you can't write concrete software. You can't do that. It will not work. But if you have a group of people that think concretely, then they're going to write concrete software. That doesn't work. It doesn't scale. That's the biggest problem, is that the black mindset doesn't scale. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? That's why there are very few black software developers. Like if I start to show you code and like patterns. And then if I brought a black person up this motherfucker, a smarty ass nigga, I said, nigga, use your mind. I know you don't understand code, but just give me an idea of what the fuck is going on here. You would not be able to fucking, I promise you. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. What I'm going to do is, I got to think about it, but I'm probably going to put a concrete object up on the screen, and I'm going to challenge the blacks. And then I'm going to put an abstract representation of this same fucking object. And I'm going to see if the blacks can, like, talk me through it. And what I want to explain to you is that people are wired differently. And look, and you know, people are wired differently. And I think that's part of the problem. Oh, yeah. No anime category. No, and so I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you, like, when we bring the black, I wish I could do it where no whites were able to chime into the, and just let the blacks see if they can figure it out. They won't be able to figure it out. Trust me. Like, should I do it? Guys, what do you think? Should I do this? 37 people in the audience. Put some code up in abstract and in a concrete implementation of an object and see if they can understand that.
Well, because
What do you
I'm
think,
not sure. That's your area, you know, that's your concentration. Like mine is like, I mean, I know a lot about, of course, nursing, but, you know, with the kind of like medicine too. But I think what you're probably saying is like Black people really aren't really good at like nuance. Is that what you're saying? Because I mean, they are more concrete. Is that what you're saying? That Black people are more concrete and they don't kind of they don't know that like that gray area. But I wanted to let me address something, John. Cam said that I can barely read the little.
Hold on, don't. You listen to me? Don't address the chat. Don't do that.
Okay, because I'm not lying. I mean, he said that about Asia. I'm just saying that it was. Yeah. Okay. I won't. Yeah. Okay. It will derail, but I would say this. I remember, John, when I was still in nursing school. My best friend and my roommate at the time, when we were eating at IHOP, and a Black medical student sat next to us, and he was saying that he was getting into medical school with like a 2.7, while the rest of the other students, you know, whites, had to have like a 3.0 or 3. Whatever and better. But he, as being Black, he could get in with 2.7. And he was like proud of that. Like that was like something like revolutionary, like, you know, like he deserved that. And that's back when I was kind of the pro Blackity Black. And then my best friend, she looked at me after he like got up and ate his food and he left. She was like, that's not good. That he shouldn't be bragging on that. And some of that was when I started to shift my focus and think, you know what? Yeah, Black people kind of have it wrong. And we are looking at things kind of wrong. I mean, John, some of our differences as people, maybe whether it be climate, where we're from, whatever the DNA, not that it's like so-called lesser. I think that we contribute to things differently. We all have our strengths. But my thing is, if we have our strengths, my thing is don't elevate something that's weak and make it seem like it's like better than something else.
Well, you know, Republic, here's again, man. Here's your problem. And I just pulled this up, and this is an AI overview. And I'm going to tell you a story. And I'm going to tell you a story before I even get into this. Republic, you know, I've been a risky nigga all my life, be honest. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga, right? I'm a real nigga, like real risky nigga. do some shit that my buddy Philippe wouldn't do. Right? Is there a difference? He'll probably tell you. Right? You hear my buddy Philippe, real button up. I'm buttoned up, but I take that fucking jacket off too. He's different. He don't like to deal with blacks. And so, but I was able to work in the software world because, you know, I've been doing it all my life. And so one of the things is I pull this thing up. I want you to read this. And tell me if you think the average black person, and this is just very basic, this is an AI over, can understand this.
You want to read it out loud or just read it silently?
You can read it silently.
Okay. Okay.
And then I want you to read another word. I want you to read this one out loud.
Okay. Which one? Is it up yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Polymorphism, a Greek word for many forms, is a broad concept appearing in biology, computer science, and other fields. In computer science, it's an object-oriented programming principle allowing a single interface to represent different data types or allowing objects of different classes to be treated as objects of a common superclass, leading to more flexible and reusable code. In biology, it refers to the existence of two or more distinct forms, morphs, within the same population of a species. Polymorphism.
Okay, so that's is it. So within computer science, and it touched on biology, and I was a biology major.
Oh, I didn't know that, John. Wow.
Yeah, man. And listen, I wasn't just a biology major. One of the things I did was I went to Hunter College. You ever heard of Hunter College?
I've heard of it.
So, let me get back to this because the trader puts up do you think the average black can understand what you just read?
John, listen, when you say understand, first of all, it would have to be in that person's like, I can relate to some of it because to me it's like, because it's nursing, which I have to do biology, chemistry, all this stuff, but it's not, I think it just depends on what your strengths are and what your interests are. Like, this is your wheelhouse, John.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
See, I'd be real honest. I'm real honest, because I don't believe in putting on airs and creating no false image. I'm very, very honest. And I'm gonna put this guy on the phone one day. He's a friend of mine, and I've told the story before. I was working for a white guy. He later had to fire me. I got in some trouble outside of work, and one day I walked up to him and I asked him, I said, man, can you explain? And I'm deep into, I ain't gonna say deep, but I'm into my career as a software developer. And I knew what patterns were, but I just couldn't identify them. Like it was just something missing. And there are more patterns than factory. There's the adapter pattern, there's wrapper pattern, there's all these kind of patterns. And no one's going to use the word, hey, man, create a wrapper pattern for this. People don't use those type words in the industry. Just talk to you, and you have to be able to conceptualize, okay, I need a factory model for this. And what I also need to do is incorporate polymorphism for this. So now you got to know two words at the same damn time. You think many blacks can like not only know both words, but stitch together and like really like understand deeply? I had a problem with it. I worked with an Indian woman. This is a true story, and I've told the story. We're moving from VB, I don't know, 6 to VB.net. And my manager went over and we had a project coming up, and it was to hire 100,000 cops all over America. It was Joe Biden's baby when Obama got elected.
Oh,
and
wow.
my manager, my manager, the white guy, you can look it up. It's on the internet. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So city police departments all over the country wanted to push all of their costs to the federal government. This is very true. If you look on America right now, you see the same thing. So the cities will say, hey, we need money to fund our police force. So they say, well, okay, well, how much you need? Why do you need the money? And at this time, they were reporting crime to justify government funding. Does that make sense? It's a long way from where we are today. So report all crime to justify getting more money. That's how the government works. You show me you got a problem, I'll give you money. So the government's responding by amplifying their problems. That's what happened. So they wanted to like pad their income, their uniforms, pension payments, and all this from the police by the government. The federal government pushed back on a little bit of it. I was in the meetings. Where they went down word for word on how they would present all this information on the website. This is very true. And so my manager, he came over to all of us. He said, who wants to work on this? It's a new application. It's going to be big. A lot of, what do they call it? A lot of touch, high touch. And there was an Indian who was Deepali. I'll never forget her. She said, I don't want to learn anything new. It was going to be written in VB.net, C#.net. And we were, all the legacy applications were in VB6. And she said, I don't want to learn anything new. And I never forgot that about the Indians, because all of the white boys, they wanted to learn something new. And I used to check in code. And for those of you that know what checking in code is, you have to commit your code to a repository for your peers to review it. Does that make sense to everyone in the audience? I'm not looking. Right. Okay. So, I think it was Distant Lights. He was asking me about code repositories, TFS, whatever. He may be a younger man, so he's never worked with TFS. But anyway, so we were checking our code, and I think we used TFS at the time. And it was a white manager, the same guy. He would always tell me, he says, John, you got a little time before, deadlines. Why don't you see if you can refine your code? That's the white man's mind. The code worked exactly. And the white man said, see if you can make it more concise. Later on, I worked with a guy named Pete Amundsen at Comcast. We redid. If you go log into Comcast right now, you're going to hit the code that I wrote. You go pay your bill, deal finder, looking for a deal on your cable bill, all that shit I did, all of that. And I worked with a guy named Pete Amundsen. And I would check my code into him, and he was like one of the most rigorous guys I've ever worked with. If you had an extra space in your code, he's like, yo, remove that space. And I learned to be able to take criticism very well, because these were they were at the top of their game. You can Google their names right now. I've done it before. I worked with isn't it Don West? John West. John West, Pete Emerson, and these were some people really at the top of the games. And
yeah, I've heard of that Pete guy, John. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Let me show you. Like, for the people that don't believe me, let me show you. I worked with this guy, Pete Emerson. We worked on Comcast together. Pete Emerson. You probably, yep, there it is. Look, let me share my screen. You can see it. You won't be able to see it. But anyway, so I worked on this specific software. Oh, he's at One North now. This was he's my lead developer here. Oh, damn, I'm not showing it. Pete Emerson here. He's the lead developer. You can see he's a white guy. Very, 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 very like meticulous. And so someone asked me earlier, I think it's the Forex kid, he asked me about, blacks, and like I don't think there's an ecosystem of meticulous middle management blacks that would get a rocket to the moon.
Yeah, I heard
Hey,
you
ever been to Berlin before? You ever been to Germany?
I've never been to Germany. But is Pete is Pete Scandinavian?
I'm not sure what he is.
Okay, but I've never been to Germany.
But this is the software that I worked on at the time. The Federal Reserve just called me. I was thinking about Republic. And guys in the audience, if you want to hear it, let me know. I was thinking about doing the interview with the Federal Reserve online. Let y'all hear it. Let y'all hear John Galt doing the interview online. What do you think about that?
John, I would. My goodness, especially for the people who are in your field and up and coming. Why not?
I'd be sitting here drinking a beer doing the interview, like no notes. Like, I am that nigga. Like I've been doing this shit so long. What do you think about it? I do a fucking interview. Now, you want me to show you? Let me show you the message I got. Federal Reserve been calling me, the one in New York, the big one. They've been calling me for like a job for a minute. So look, I used to also work with this guy. Look, this guy was in Singapore. I was working with him at who's in New York? I was at Consolidated Edison. Nigga, I turn your lights off, bitch. So I was at Consolidated Edison, and I was working with this guy right here. Oh, wow, he's working at Conobos now. Wow, I know the guy who owns Conobos. I used to work with him, too. Anyway, so I worked in a very small niche of software. That's how software is. There's car software. There's a group of them. There's, I don't know, whatever software you're in. There's CRM. For those of you that use Salesforce, there's CRM software. You probably heard of that. But I worked in CMS.
Medical charting would be one too, like EMR, electronic medical record, like charting for hospitals. Is that a type of software too?
Well, they had their own thing. Let me show you. There's a company that used to call me all the time about jobs. I'll show you. Let me see. I think they've changed names so many times now. The only reason I want to work with them because they were out in Bowie. And I was like, I ain't going out to Bowie. Oh, wow. So they've been bought by AstraZeneca. So there used to be a biotech company in Bowie, Maryland, in the DC area. It's called MedImmune. It was the global biologics and biotechnology research and development arm of AstraZeneca. Okay, so at one point they were independent, but now they've been bought out. But they've called me many times about a job. But anyway, so what was the thing? The Federal Reserve? Yeah, so they called me about the job, the Federal Reserve. Oh, wait a minute. I was showing you John West. Whatever. But anyway, so John West, here it is. John West. Look, wow. I did not know this. I know I've written a lot of books on software. And I know the guy that owns this company right here, Conobos. His name is Akshay Sura. Akshay Sura, yeah. I've served as CEO of Sitecore. He founded Sitecore USA. I used to work with him when he was in Singapore. I'll show you that. He may still be in Singapore. Let's see if he's still in Singapore. He's retired. Yep. He was in Singapore for sure, though, because I worked with him when he was in Singapore.
Oh, anyway, wow.
Yeah. So he's the founder of Sitecore. And so I was working at Consolidated Edison, which is like the utility company for all of New York City. And as you can imagine, corporate affairs and everything, you have to make sure that the content that goes out is, very, very accurate. You're saying what you say. And it has to be in Spanish and whatever language and that's the content management piece of it. And this is this guy here is the guru of Sitecore, which at the time was a preeminent content management system. And I work with this guy. He's written books and everything. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
what's
John. Hey,
up?
what
What's
you doing?
up?
I just want to go back to what you were saying, like about the school and stuff about, you see the women come. That's not always the narrative of the case. Like, like me, I was one of the kind of. It looked like I appeared to be one of those. Well, actually, you could have mistaken me. People knew I was working, but I could see somebody one day see me like in my regular clothes and like I'm going home and going to sleep. I work nights. I had to send my kid to daycare. I couldn't watch her.
What- Hold, hold on. I don't have a problem with daycare. I don't
No,
have a
but
problem with
saying
you taking your
you said
children to daycare.
you said
No, hold on. I don't have a problem with you taking your. I don't have a problem with any of that. The welfare aspect of it, I'm not here trying to change the world. But what I am saying is that, like, if you recognize that, hey, okay, the welfare people got this, the amount of money it would take for you to move beyond that is very, very high. In America today, to get away from, like, and I'm talking specifically to blacks. If you're living in the inner city, to get away from blacks, the cost is very high. Would you agree?
yeah, I don't live in the inner city. I guess you just live in the suburbs.
Okay,
That's what I did.
okay, but the suburb, do you work in or near inner city?
No, I
You
work in
work
the
in 15.
suburbs.
Do you work within 15 miles of the inner city?
I don't think I'm within 15 miles.
Okay.
I
Well, you're
might be.
close.
Yeah.
Okay, you're close in inner city. It's like,
hmm
what they call it, like a spoken hub. You know what, like a spoken hub, a wheel and hub type system?
Yeah, I know
Is
what you're
that,
talking
like,
about.
everything kind of sprouts out from the inner city. Would you
Chicago
agree with
hood,
that?
Chicagoland. Yeah, I live in what they call
Chicago,
Chicagoland.
you know what I'm saying? And so, like, if Chicago were very safe, a lot of the people that live North Chicago, I used to work in Chicago. I work for Accenture. You know, Accenture is right north side of Chicago. I'll tell you something interesting about Accenture. So the first time I worked for Accenture, I think I was working for insurance companies. I can't remember. But the time I worked for Accenture, I don't know who I worked for, who the client was. The first time they brought us to Chicago, and they took us up to, I can't remember, North Chicago, north of Chicago, whatever the town outside of Chicago.
Downtown, if there were skyscrapers or near it, you're in North
It wasn't
Chicago.
in Chicago. No. If you Google Accenture headquarters, they're outside of Chicago somewhere. Not their headquarters, but their offices are outside of Chicago. Like their training facility, they got like a campus up there. So they picked us up in limousines. Trust me. And they took us to somewhere north Chicago. Now here's what's interesting. The next time I worked for them, they required you to come to Chicago because of the violence. They're like, you know what? You don't have to come to Chicago. This orientation week, we'll just do it online. Because companies recognize that, like, that violence will scare people away.
I got a question. Did they say it's because of the violence, or you just assume it's because of the violence?
Well, but see, that's the thing that is the problem. That no one's ever going to spell it out for you, like in big bold
How do you
letters.
know they didn't want to cut costs?
Well, okay, then. Well, the one thing is, like, they built out this big facility. And so you could say, well, they wanted to cut costs. But you'd have to also assume that there will be people hesitant to go to Chicago. That's fair, right? To fly
Yeah, that's
into
true.
Chicago. And I remember when we went there the first time, they They didn't say don't go to Chicago because we were there for a week. They didn't say don't go to Chicago, but they provided a lot of activities to keep you from going to Chicago. So even with that, you have Chicago losing out because of the violence. That people outside of Chicago will do whatever it takes to come up with alternatives to prevent themselves from having to go into Chicago to deal with what's going on there. And the same thing happens in almost every city. I take so many phone calls from blacks who are, spending their, 75% of their income trying to other.
How do you know it's from living with other? Is it you saying other blacks or living with who? Maybe I don't understand you.
Well, I take the phone. Listen, I had a phone call from a lady from York, New York. She called in the other day, and she's moving down to work at the Cato Institute. She had lived in DC before, so she's familiar with DC. And so I said to her, I have cheaper options in Southeast DC. She said, nah, I've lived in DC before. And I had to coax it out of her, but she said, I don't want to live around blacks. And she was African. She was Nigerian. I coaxed it out of her. And everybody is living this big lie where they can't be honest. They got to tell you this, they got to tell you that. But in reality, they really just don't want to live around black people. And they're not making distinctions. They say, oh, this is a rich black person. I live around rich blacks. Because there aren't enough rich blacks to say, well, I'll just live around rich blacks. Hey, you're not going to have enough money to live around them anyway. We talk about the statistics of blacks just don't make a lot of money. And so if you don't make a lot of money, they don't, right? And I live in DC where I see a lot of blacks, the ones that do make a lot of money, they're running scared right now, scared Donald Trump is going to cut the government. In other words, much of their income is government related. PG County with government-based income. So anyway,
so you'd be surprised, like how much is government income in the grand scheme of things. So I'm not. So, but they don't want to live around black like me. I don't mind living around middle class blacks and upper middle class blacks. That's usually like my area. Well, since you're familiar with my city, or maybe I don't know if you're familiar with the South Side, like suburbs. Like I live in Hazel Crest. My neighborhood is like a city neighborhood. You been to Hazel Crest?
I don't think I've been to Hazel Crest, but I've been to the South
Hazel
Side.
Crest does have a rich part and a little kind of upper middle class. I used to live in the upper middle class when I was younger in Hazel Crest. It's really nice. Matter of fact, my part of Hazel Crest, at first when I was growing up, it was the best part of Hazel Crest. And when I moved out there, they built another subdivision of Hazel Crest, and it's really nice, like $500,000 homes probably now. They big, nice houses or whatever. But
and that's one of the things. Hold on for a second. That's one of the things I was on Free Zone News channel, and I was telling him, I said, he was trying to show me some little small neighborhood in Memphis with $1 million homes. And I'm like, bro, most of those blacks got jobs, and to work a job every day, it's a lot of stress. And if you have a high cost of living that's predicated on you getting up going to that job, that makes the job a little less enjoyable. Would you say this fair?
Yeah.
And that's what I think a lot of the blacks are encountering is that they're trying to move away from blacks. They don't make a lot of money. Now they are facing cost of living that's sucking up pretty much all of that high income that they make.
Like I believe the black community does have like a lot of bad stuff and glorify negative things. But you talk about black people like you really have a vendetta, a hatred for black people just being black. Like you don't. You just like all these blacks. I'm like, not all black people, like even not even all poor black people are like that.
Now, again, the fact that, I deal with poor black people. One of the biggest problems with poor black people, the ones that are trying their best, I think the other poor blacks just drag them down. And I've highlighted this on this channel. For the young, I'm 50 years old. Like, whatever it's going to be, is going to be. I made my living. But I have made my living. And, I've played the clip many, many times. Yeah, I want to see if I can get on my Wi-Fi. Give me 1 second. See it on my Wi-Fi. Let's see if it's. I don't know if my Wi-Fi is fucked up or something. But anyway, I played the clip many times about Charleston White talking about the Chitlin Circuit. You ever heard that?
Yeah, they used to say that back in the 30s and 20s, like the performers. You see it in what was that movie, Bessie Smith movie? They called it the Chicken Circuit that she was on at first.
Yeah, and so and I talked to some people like questions to ponder, and I really don't think that people understand what they're seeing when they see me up here. As I said to you, trust me, I know black so well. I was able to coalesce all them niggas under one tent, the Gospel of Bob. But then all these fuck niggas start coming over here. Art, I ain't got no problem with Art. See him over here. He came in hot. But then I could have come in and I could have come in like, man, fuck you, Art. I ain't do that. Because I've dealt with blacks of all different levels. And so one of the things that, I'm giving you some game here. One of the things that I've learned over my years of life, and this relates to the conversation with Art, you can't give the blacks what they really want. A lot of time, blacks want to be confrontational. You bump into them motherfucker, you ready to get busy. But if you show a little different, hey man, I'm sorry for bumping into you, it throws them off. That's how I've made my living. And I know this sounds very simplistic, but that's how I've made my living. And I'm trying to impress upon the other blacks that are going about their life trying to bump their head through corporate America, which they don't have the IQ to do. Because I've done it. I am the one nigga. And it's very interesting. As I think about, let me pour me a drink. What the fuck my drink at? And I am the one nigga, I think that you could point to on YouTube. I don't know how many niggas I on YouTube. I don't follow a lot of niggas, but whatever. Nigga, I was a software developer, very corporate. I worked at Jew law firms like Wild Gosham. Gossel. You want me to pull it up? Let me pull the law firm up. Let's see. Wow, gosh. Let's see. I work for Wow. Gotchel and Mangus law firm. Yeah, it's a very Jew. Man, listen. Well, I used to work for this law firm right here. Listen. Now, this is no lie. Damn, I don't know why my internet's fucked up, guys. I don't know. But anyway, I used to work for a law firm called Wild Gotchel and Mangus. That motherfucking law firm was so small hat. The milk for your coffee was from kosher. Understand? Wild Gotchel and Mangus is on 59th and 5th. And I worked there with a nigga named Ning Mang. It's a Chinese nigga, right? He's my manager. You know what I'm saying? I am a very corporate nigga. I worked at some very large companies, Fannie Mae, It's a what is it, Wild God Show. Nigga, I developed the Olympics website. Some real shit. And I think my opinion is has some weight here. That I just don't see the blacks competing in that environment. Just to be honest with you. And again, like, think about the curiosity that I had. I wish I should call this fucking nigga. I'm gonna call him one day. Yo, I'm gonna tell you. So that white manager that I was talking about, the one that fired me, the one that taught me about software patterns. We used to go to dinner. We used to go out to dinner and shit here in DC when Trump used to have his hotel downtown. And I have to pay for the dinner because his wife was a big time Democrat operative. And she can allow a credit card transaction being seen on their family credit card at the Trump Hotel. You have to understand how serious the game is played, right? It's here in DC. You remember Trump used to have a hotel here in DC. You remember that?
It's that post office. Old post office.
Old post office. Trump. Listen, when I first came to DC, trust me, I used to date this woman. And I would look, I Google like whatever it was, like, where's the post office? So I walked down to the post office, and that shit was dilapidated. I like, what the hell? It was like homeless people down there. And Trump took, years later, Trump like, yo, this is prime real estate. This shit like 2 blocks from the White House. Seriously. Now it's the Waldorf Astoria. It's 2 blocks from the White House. What those of you that don't know who want to call Trump a racist, I'm gonna give you some inside dope. My buddy Philippe and I've shown you the pictures of me in the Trump Hotel. Right? Anyone seen it? Don't make me pull it up. I got pictures. Me and one of my lovely ladies. And so I'm in the Trump Hotel, and the first person you see when you walk into the Trump Hotel is, you won't believe this, a black person, African nigga. And I walk in, then there's other black people floating all through the hotel. So I sat down, my buddy Philippe and I ain't gonna tell you too much because I doxed myself. But I was there when Trump first got elected. I think whatever. It was one of those events right around Trump when he owned the hotel, but he, and so there was very liberal magazine. It began with what's some of the liberal magazines? Liberal magazines. But let's just say it began with a
Washington
liberal publication. Okay, let's say it didn't begin with a W. So I'm giving you guys some hints. It did not begin with a W. So if you want to go find the article, you can probably detect it and find it. And so I'm there in the Trump Hotel, and that was right around the election time. And so the media really escorted me, John Carr, here. So you can find that online. So interested.
This is his first administration.
It was the first administration.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It was an event. I can't remember what event it was. If you find the publication, you know it's about the event. But it may have been the inauguration. It wasn't the inauguration, but it may have been an inauguration. But it was something like that. And so this reporter comes up, a very nice looking person, a lady. And she comes up to me. But anyway, just like the interview from the other day, where they quoted me, you'll see kind of the similar thing if you find that article there. What's Anton talking about here in the chat? Yo, what do you think about a overnight stream, Republic or IKYL? I've been thinking about doing this shit.
Well, I work 2 days a week, and then when I do, I work overnight. So, like, that would be I could be up listening to that because I don't really sleep, at night. But John, this is what I wanted to say about. I think maybe Lena was letting on to this. What she was trying to say is, I think that people, we all have different strengths. Like you are good with what you do with, what IT and everything that encompasses IT and all the languages, the code, the everything that is that, and I'm wondering if so. What you may be saying is that Black people don't take big risks, and what I'm thinking is sometimes, you know what, John? Like when I look back, I'm thinking Black people were very, on some level, very bold, and it was like when they felt like education and things like that were like fleeting, and it was out of their reach. They wanted it more, like let's say foreparents. But then when it became in grasp, I think it was almost like Black people had this mentality, and it was taught to Black people, sadly, is like, don't dream too big because they'll take it away. I hear, and this is what I hear a lot of black men, especially, saying stuff like, with this fearful mentality. And you can listen to it on whenever they get on a panel, they're talking about what someone took away from them. I've seen this mostly in Black men with this very fearful mindset of, don't go too far or they'll burn it down, they'll take it away. So somehow in the Black community, this was like this passed down message. I don't think it really went down to the women though, but I think especially Black men have it. What would you say?
You said quite a bit here. Hold on, let me make sure my phone is charging. Now you said quite a bit. Damn.
Black men being fearful. In other words, it's it's the, let's say, not going for the gusto, like let's say the mentality of they'll tear it down, like talking about probably white people, because the they always means white people. Yeah. So it's like just going for the bare minimum and being afraid, but then telling other people to be afraid also. So you keep passing that down. I don't think that works with Black women a lot, though.
The more and more I think about it, honestly, I'll tell you this. I interviewed a guy on a street interview. He was in New York, and he was from some area up there. What's that area where Obama goes and all the blacks, the richy blacks?
Where is it?
Martha's, right?
Oh, Martha's.
And so the guy was saying, and I asked him, I said, do you ever wonder why the blacks don't find their own place to go? He said, yeah, I've thought about that. Why don't they find their own place? Why keep coming up into this white area for vacation? Couldn't they find an area in Atlanta?
But blacks have been going to Martha's Vineyard, like I would say those, what was the blacks from like the 1920s and even earlier. No, maybe not the 1920s.
Nah, ain't no rich.
Yeah, maybe I think, because there were these.
But I mean, but the bigger point, the Republic.
Okay, go ahead.
If you find rich blacks, they want to go around whites. Like, they don't want to be around blacks. That's just what it is. And the blacks need to be honest with that. That's what the white men say. Like, why the fuck do blacks want to come around us? If they're rich, can't they build some shit that's more in line with their beliefs and ideals and values and the way they like their music playing?
But what would those ideals and values be? I mean, let's just say that there are people who...
Don't you listen? You ever seen Obama's party? Nigga like to party. The president of the United States, he like to party, man. Like, he like to party. Big parties. Even during COVID, he big party. DJs, shit like, you ever live around blacks with money? They party like a motherfucker. Let's be honest. Like, they live around rich blacks is different than living around rich whites. Let's be honest. I'm talking about on the extreme levels of wealth. If you living around Puffy or if you living around Donald Trump, it's going to be different. And so blacks need to come to grips or acceptance that they live differently. And I think, honestly, if you look at JP, I see someone mention him in chat. JP has a better chance of taking off than a lot of these niggas that's working bullshit 9 to 5 jobs that they hate.
I don't agree with that.
Okay. Look. Okay, if you don't agree with it, well,
I
you have
can
to
explain
hold
why
on.
though.
Well, okay. Well, explain it with the realization of with reconciling it with what Skywalker said about JP. Hey, man, when you take off, man, don't leave us behind. That is a recognition. That isn't, he's recognizing that JP has some talent that he could take off. The average guy, Art, can't take off. And it's not a criticism, Art. Nigga, I can't take off like probably JP could take off because he really been his ghetto self and there's a bigger market for that. And so that's why Skywalker said that, Art. And so think about how many black men have gone to college and they're sitting there listening to Skywalker praise JP and saying you can take off. Wow, no one's saying to them. No one's saying to Dave Trent the third that he can take off. That nigga, he a dud.
Yeah, but I think that, but John, we have to, I guess define like taking off. Let's say that, certain things can go viral. I think that, depending on where you're operating on a certain.
I'm not talking about viral. I'm just saying like potential.
Right. His well, yeah, exactly. He understands that, that there's always a JP has I guess a niche, that some people will like and will listen to, but at the same time, once you unpack all that and once you really listen to him, he's got the same, to me, what I would say that the same types of hang-ups, insecurities, stuff that he's battling that come from his environment.
But see, well, again,
if it's just
what I think you need to do is abstract out from JP. Stop talking about JP. Right? This is abstract thinking here. JP lives about as well as the average black who gets up and busts his hump every day. That's true. Right? You have to admit, that's true. He got food, he got shelter, he got housing, he got clothes, he got internet, he got everything you got. He may not have the amenities, but all the basics he has. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, I would say that's fair, and I think I have kind of.
I don't need to hear any more than that, right? If you agree to that, then you have to also agree that he's not putting in half the effort that you're putting in to get these things. Would you say that's a yes or no? It's yes or no. All I need to know.
No, I would not. I'm not going to agree with that because it takes yeah, see that, but John, you have to allow me to finish it. I mean, unless you want to go ahead and finish what you were saying, then I can respond.
Okay.
Well, the thing is, you do have to put a lot of effort in because to get all these things for free, you do have to have like a lot of kids. You have to be like basically, in poverty. You have to beg. Well, no, but again, you're not just being thrown. These things don't just fall from the sky. You have to. There's an amount of, sadly, of a type of hustle that is not natural to what a man should strive for. So it does, John. It really goes against what humans should be wanting to strive for.
I agree. I can agree with all that, but
So
You up in the
it takes
clouds
me.
here. What I'm saying is that if you look at the average, look at the statistics. Average
But
black
he's
man.
not. What he's getting, but it's not. Oh, that was. Oh, well, but maybe. But even let's say black men, because there are black men who are out there that and they're doing okay, and they would rather if they have to push it a little bit harder to not have to be in the position that JP is in. Because again, let's take away the kids from him. He wouldn't be in this position, and he probably learned this from the same type of, like.
And see, this is the thing, like, honestly. I don't know
Just think
why.
some of the stuff is generational. It's learned behavior.
I gotta stop you for a second. I don't know why blacks do this, and it's very interesting. You create a hypothetical that doesn't exist.
But it does.
But he has the children now. So don't tell me about what if he didn't have the children. He has them now. And
but that's probably why he has them, because again, it's like he gave examples of why he did it. Okay.
I don't care why he has
Okay.
it. And that's a source of income and living for him. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. And so when you look at the average black man who only makes about $50,000 a year, he's not doing much better than JP. Trust me. I rent to these niggas. I throw them out every day. He can't have 3 or 4 children like JP can because he can't afford it. He's constrained. He's restricted. He's restrained. He can't pursue his sexual desires like JP can. That makes a man angry. He sees a man with 3, 4, 5 kids and he can't afford to have one. You don't think he's angry about that? Come on, use your head. You got to come down to the street level where I am. That.
But JP can't afford them either. So that's the thing. He just get it, but it takes.
How do you think JP?
No. Okay, but it depends on the level of the women he's dealing with too. Okay,
all off topic. The average nigga man, if he had 3 women and he working, he fucked up. JP got 3 baby mamas. He ain't fucked up. He ain't got no pressures, no stressors. If you can't understand that, then you just don't know the way of the world down on the street. And I understand that too. But you JP is living a whole different life without the stress that the man has to go get up and work, who can't even have children, can't afford them.
It's just a different hustle. So one person's hustle may be, you're right. I think that it might not be the hustle of, getting your uniform ready and ironing it and, and getting up and bathing kids and taking them to school and stuff. But it's just a different hustle, because if he, without, these, let's say the safety net, then he's just hustling differently, because he still has to rely on other people, and that's just a different hustle. I mean, he always has to hustle up his sleeve. It just might look differently. That's all it is.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think JP's happier than the average guy going ahead busting his hump, average black guy making $50,000 a year busting his hump?
John, I don't see. First of all, I'm not I guess. I know you want this to be like black and white, and I know because I think that there is maybe, I'm not sure. I'm not a man, so but what I would think is that JP always has to be looking for, okay, well, when this runs out, who am I to go, what side of town do I need to go to next? Who already knows me? Who's kicked me out before? Who knows my hustle already?
Tomorrow,
it's just a different hustle.
Tomorrow, I'm going to call my next door neighbor on this side, and he's going to tell you a story about Ernest. Remember Ernest?
I think, oh yes, that's the guy who threatened you.
Ooh, man, we got 38 people in the audience. Does anyone remember Ernest? Anyone remember Ernest? No one remembers Ernest. Republic. Is anyone in the audience and they remember Ernest? Damn.
I thought Ernest was the guy who threatened you.
Yeah. So when I put Ernest out, he started asking for a room from my next door neighbor. My next door neighbor is Eritrean. He's not going to rent the blacks. So even though we're in the ghetto, Ernest can't rent from a black man. The world gets smaller for the blacks. And I'm going to have Ernest, well, not Ernest, but I'm going to have the guy up on my next door neighbor up on the channel. And he's going to explain to you again how the world is getting smaller. And it's getting smaller. And these are the things I'm trying to explain to the blacks. Their behavior is so bad that even the Africans don't want to deal with them. And so it doesn't matter how many streams Stanley does trying to mitigate what everyone else is saying. Like, people down on the level, they have to do business. They don't want to do business with blacks. That's my thoughts.
Well, but at the same time, would not JP be that black person too, that that someone wouldn't want to do business with? I mean, his situation isn't exactly very attractive.
Sure, and I'll stop you. But the reason people do business with JP is he has a government card in his wallet. The blacks don't make enough money to compete with that government card. That's a real big problem for the blacks. You hear my buddy Philippe on the line. He talks about how he wouldn't rent to a regular working class black. He'll rent to a government black, but not a working class black. That's a very serious problem for the blacks, the working class blacks, because many of them are not smart enough to make enough money to get above the government support for the poor, lower class blacks. That number gets higher and higher. The 3-bedroom price that the government would pay for a lower class black is like $2,500 here in DC. The average black can't afford that. So he has to move further and further out while the ghetto niggas get the benefit of the inner cities. See how that works? Look at this.
How it works. I know it does seem like it's backwards when you think about it, because it's still, even though it may be working this way now,
it's not working.
To me,
what do you mean it may be working this way now? It's not working.
Well, let's say it is what it is. That people are like, hey, look, I'd rather have 2,500 of guaranteed, because either they can hike up a price, and then the regular working class person can't afford it. It's like, but still with that, it still comes with all the issues that government card comes with. It's not just a single person who's a professional, getting 2,500, to, let's say, if it's like whatever Section 8 or whatever it is, it still comes with everything that comes with. And sometimes, John, people would rather not that, but they do want the reliability. I guess that's that money is pretty much guaranteed, but it still comes with some other problems. My fiance said that he had, years ago when he was doing a lot of like the landlording stuff, he's like, you have to have specific, like you have to meet the criteria of these people getting this, or you wouldn't be able to get the money. You had to make sure that it was up to whatever the code that the government set for you. Even I've noticed that. He stated that years ago. Maybe it's still the same.
Yeah, all that's true. But the bigger point is that the average black is a slip and fall away from not being able to pay his rent.
When you say the average black, John, who are you talking about? Are you talking about men most? Or are you talking about women too? I'm sure you're talking about women too.
From Sandra Bland.
Mm-hmm.
Sandra Bland?
I remember Sandra.
Right. Okay, so you remember her. Okay. And so from her all the way down, there's a lot of blacks that are just one slip and fall away from falling 2 or 3 rungs down the ladder. And that's a lot of pressure on blacks. That they have to go into a workplace that they don't like working, smile and grit and grin, because they don't want to fall down a notch, because they don't want to live around other blacks. That's very true.
But John, you know that, but I think this kind of like, even now, listen, I'm not trying to do the, you know, because we have a mortgage, to, you know, and stuff. But what I'm saying is, there are other people too who are like, well, because they want to keep their kids in a certain area, and this is, you know, not just black people.
You know, almost all.
It's all relative. You know, it's just like, you know, other people are having a say where they are too.
It almost all comes down to blacks, honestly. Yo,
okay.
I'm fucked up. I'm getting fucked up.
Which blacks, John? Is the blacks who prepared well, the blacks who have a lot of kids? Like, because again, if it's just one person and you know, or you're, let's say, a young couple, no kids, you know, it to me, it just depends on how you prepared and who prepared before you. So, you know, if you're kind of being intentional about your future, I think that you are right, but I think that you need to apply it where it's needed.
I don't disagree on it. Hey, Stan, you want to come up, man? I do need to take a brief nap. I'm fucked up.
Okay.
New stream. I'll start up a new stream. Give me like an hour or 2, maybe 3 hours. I don't know. Maybe early in the morning. But I need to take a break for that. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe. I am John Clark, the most racist motherfucker on the internet. You have to calm down when you. This nigga has the motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, John Clark. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted the back in the day, the rock had a wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drugs got them slow with the head unload. Out close and they don't dance no more. Rock used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga. I bring it to rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more, it's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga.